It took 9 years, and 7.5 of which I had a burning pain in my temple. At one time, I was questioning my sanity. For me to realize that I had to make a change, what kind of change, and actually to work on that change. We as human beings are not comfortable with making any change in our lives. We have our comfort zone. This is where we live. This is the way we do things, or whatever it is. It is hard. Let me ask you, have you ever had to make a decision, either be it about a job, a love relationship, or a relationship with a friend or a relative, that it was so hard that it kept you up at night? In this video, this is what we will be talking about. I will be sharing with you guys how my journey started for me to end up to be living the life that I'm living right now. Hello, my name is Paula Simon, a believer who made a significant change in our life with a focus on being the best I could be. On this channel, I will be sharing the steps that I took to make the change, all the difficult parts and the easy parts of it, and why I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I had to change. In 2014, I started suffering this anxiety. I look at the state our country was in, and I think that 2 years' time, there will be change in the White House, so to speak. And suddenly I get this concern, something that I never experienced before, is that unless we get the right person in the White House, the country will be in problems. Guys, and I was telling everyone this. And it seems like no one around me had this anxiety, like this heavy concern, and had this strong feelings that something bad is going to happen. In 2016, when the results came in, I went into a deep funk. Why? Because I said, if no one else in the entire world knew that we were heading into problems, I did. And I felt that I did nothing to help myself, and I let myself down. And with that, it moved from, you could say, the country to it became personal. I felt so sad, and I felt really hurt. And then the Holy Spirit started revealing to me all the ways that I never really took care of myself. I never put myself first or anything like that. And over the years, not only I keep extending myself, and then I would allow persons to come and drain me, be it my finances, be it my knowledge, everything. I was giving and I was not receiving. I was operating from a space of empty. Initially, I didn't realize was that. But this whole sadness that I let myself down, then I started thinking, Paul, it is what you've been doing all your life. You allow persons, or you teach persons how to treat you. And you keep repeatedly doing things, and they're not changing. And even times when you recognize what was happening, you will feel a way for a certain bit, and then you change, and you continue doing it. Guys, that thing put me in a funk, so to speak. And it started from one thing to the other. In the cases, I end relationships. I observe persons that I would call, and then they will return a call. Or when I call them, they would say, oh, Paul, I was always thinking about you. And I suddenly get awakened to all these ways in which I was adding more to the relationship, adding more to the friendship, or whatever it is. And it wasn't really being reciprocated, and I didn't realize that. This is one of the ways of start. But in foresight, as I look back, you hear how the Holy Spirit does. He knows each one of us. He knows the unique way in which to get to us. God knows that if he had only sent the memo to me about I changing, looking at the way persons treated me, that memo would have gone into spam. So while I was in the funk of feeling I didn't do right by myself, I should have perhaps saved myself from this election, I don't know how, he made the revelation for the very first time. And that is how it started. And that is it, the same thing with you. As you listening to me speak right now, or you looking at the video, there might be something that is happening or something that had happened. There might be an inclination that you're getting, but you keep ignoring. If we stay long in that feelings and we really think about it, the real true side of that feelings will be revealed. It reveals something else. As believers, our Father will get our attention. He would not come right out and tell you X, Y, and Z. He stir you. He stir you, and he knows how to get to each one of us. That is how it started. Over the years, I started looking at what should I do. I had this profound burn pain in my temple. And as I was preparing for this video, something dawned on me that I went to the doctors. Every year I went for my yearly checkup and they would ask me if there's any problem. And I said no, because somewhere subconscious I knew they could not help this burning pain in my temple. But I started looking over things. Then I realized perhaps I should change. Initially, I think I should move out to Georgia and go to some other part of America. As time progressed, I realized it's not that. I started researching, moving to another country. I thought about Portugal, and Portugal I invest even more time and energy in, so that I will move there. As time progressed, I realized that isn't so. I will advise you. Right now, it might not be clear to you, and you just don't know where to go. But if you stay in it, things would be revealed to you. As I said, at times I felt I was going crazy. It is so much up here. Like at times I will keep thinking about it and it's up here. After a while I have to say something. But everyone I communicate, be it Kenya, be it my nieces, friends, family, whatever it is, you will say that you will get that sometime the hedging. You will hear the agreement, yes, things happening. But I sense at times, I don't know, no one ever said it. Paul, I'm concerned about you. But at one time, I felt it. I came off the phone after speaking to a friend. Initially, she was a client, and then she turned a friend. When I came off the phone with that woman, it clearly said to me, you have to stop. I could remember standing in the kitchen and putting my hands over my mouth. I said, because this woman might move her money from you. She might take her business elsewhere because you are sounding like a crazy person. And I know I wasn't going crazy because I know what I was feeling. I wasn't imagining it because I go through the process of, Father, I'm a believer. I trust God. When I look around at my life, I have so much to be grateful for. Father, please help me. Am I being ungrateful? Why am I being so anxious? Guys, I went through the whole gamut of it. I spent so many hours praying, asking God for guidance. But as I do that, things unfold, but it's not like enough to stop the crazy feelings in my head and this burning pain. But I still going through the motion. I'm doing all I need to be done. And when it's more than all, I'm at home. I walk from upstairs to downstairs, walk through those bedrooms. And I was praying loud and I asking God for guidance. And slowly start revealing to me. When the pandemic came and I decided I'm going to finish this website and I'm going to make this YouTube channel, somehow or the other, I thought, this is it. I will be able to share my belief and it will be okay. It mulled down the feelings. It slowed the craziness in my head for a bit because in the early stages, I had to do all this research, how to build the channel and all of that. But as I get comfortable in it, this pain was there. And as I started thinking about it, it was in early 2021 when I suddenly get this realization. And guys, it's like a nice, calm joy came over me. And as I'm telling you about it, now I am feeling it. I went right back to the moment. Suddenly get the clarity. I do not have to live exactly the way I'm living. Because my source of income was being a financial advisor. I had clients for years and I set my business up in a certain way where I answer questions, I do research, I even print forms, I go read all the letters, I do everything. And when you set your business up like that and you've been doing it for years, it takes a toll on you. So I was at that point. But one of the things I'm thinking about is make a change. Guys, not even the income part, which I should be thinking about. But I'm starting thinking about all the clients that I built this relationship with that they had dependent on me, especially I have about 5 sets of clients that depend a lot on me, for me to give them advice, for me to do research, wherever it is better is what I'm doing or other parts of their life. And I'm thinking, how am I going to tell them how to figure it out about letting them know that I have to make this change. So that again, because that is what I have done. Like all my life, I always think about someone else, and sometimes Paul is not even factored into it. Paul was never their priority. In early 2021, when I said I could let go of everything, make the 180, choose to I don't know how long, because again, I'll do things, but then I still have to get final sanction from my father. When that idea popped into my head, I don't know of anyone personally doing it, but I knew I had to make that change. Guys, this is what I did. I stay in the confusion as long as it took me to get it right. And this is what I'll advise you. You know something is not going right. You feel it. You don't know exactly what it is. You don't know what is your next step. But you know something is not normal. As a believer, you have to stay in it. You have to trust the Holy Spirit to bring that revelation to you. And when you see you get the revelation, sometimes the first feeling or the first thing that you think you're supposed to do, it might not be that. But you would know when this first one came up that I think perhaps I need to move out of Georgia. It feels good for a few days and then it tinker off again. And as I'm saying, I still had this burning pain. Not so much a pain like a sensation in my temple. It was there day and night. After a while, it became like second nature. You will get a second thing and you don't know. But whatever you're feeling then, it still hasn't fit right. It's still feeling off. You stay in it and you continue asking God, because slowly, you see, like in my case, is that for me, before I'm able to make the whole 180, I had a lot of things that I had to clear up. A lot of things that I had to realize, a lot of things to prepare me for this move. And that was the process. And that might be your case too, is that you get one little thing, it don't feel right. You continue trusting God. And even when you think it completely clear, there's something come out to the left wing. But as you look back, it's all to help you with that change. It might not be the change that I make. House, income, everything that I give up to be the way or live the life that I'm living. It might not be that for you. It might be some other change. But if you sit in the process, you sit in it, God will show you it. And even when I decided that, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give up the house. I'm going to resign from the company. I'm going to walk away from a business that I built over 18 years. And I'm going to go, and for once in my life, I'm going to invest time and energy on me. And after God, the second person, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth would be me. That is strange. That is a learning curve. And could I safely say that I'm 100% there? No, I have to constantly tell myself, Paula, remember you're supposed to be focusing on you. The beginning in 2021, that was the first time when I get a clarity, and along with that, it took me a little while, but then I realized the burning pain went. The burning sensation went in my temple, and it's then like I get full conviction that this is what I'm supposed to do. Change is necessary. Change is important. Change is what we need. Change is even good for our physical health. I know it's good for our brains because it gives our brains a chance to learn something new. When we continue, oh, I know my way to this particular place, we're not challenging our brains. We're not allowing our brains to grow. And when it is not growing, it will lead to all the other health issues that we will face. And they say, oh, it's because you get older. In a lot of cases, it's because we stop growing. Guys, I have a conversation with you. I share my story. To have the comment section below. You share where you are right now. If any time in the past you had to make a decision and the process that you took to come to that decision, how hard it was, how much support you had, that will be very interesting. Remember, when you share your comment, somebody else will be learning. And just how someone will be able to learn from me, they will be able to learn from your story. Guys, it's still a work in progress. And as I continue walking, there's so much parts. This is just a synopsis I'm giving you guys, and not even a full one, because it's 9 years, but so much that I had to do, and I'm still doing although I'm out. Because you know what? Old habits die hard. And although you might make a change in so much other area of your life, I'm still in the process of changing on the road to find a better me. Have a blessed day. I'm looking forward to talking with you guys later. Bye.